So the most essential learning competencies are to examine the function and importance of compensations, wages and performance evaluation, appraisals, reward system, employees' relations, and movement. So you need to describe the basic issues involved in developing a compensation strategy, discuss how organizations developed wage and salary structure, identify and describe the basis issues involved in wage and salary administration, and discuss the basic considerations in understanding benefit programs. Identify and describe mandated benefits. Identify and describe non-mandated benefits. And discuss contemporary issues in compensation and benefits. How would you define benefits? These are your rewards. Usually, when you feel something good or when you do something, you benefit from doing something, and that is rewards. It could also be incentives and things of value. Pay surveys. Pay surveys are surveys of compensation paid to employees by other employers in a particular geographic area, industry, or occupational group. Remember, in your economics or in your Araling Panlipunan or Hekasi, you have a discussion regarding the competitive market. So in pay surveys, usually employers, what's the common rate or the usual rate for a certain job? Wages versus salaries. Wages generally refer to hourly compensation paid to operating employees. The basis for wages is the time. Remember yung hourly wage? Remember on your accounting, you have your wages discussion. That's our wages. Wages are for white-collared employees usually. And salary is income paid to an individual on the basis of time. A maturity curve is a schedule specifying the amount of an annual increase a person will receive. Determining what to pay. Job evaluation is a method for determining the relative value or worth of a job to the organizations so that individuals who perform the job can be compensated adequately and appropriately. Usually, organizations would have job evaluation. We have also job descriptions on on um, on companies. When you exceed to your job descriptions or to your exceed, you do extra job rather than what you are told to do, you are paid another. For example, I am a teacher, I should teach, do anything that involves teaching, and the school will pay me. But if I go and they needed someone to design their room or classroom, and I am an interior designer, they should pay me in another salary for that, another payment for that. Classification system attempts to group sets of jobs together into clusters, which are often called grades. The point system requires managers to qualify in objective terms the value of the various elements of specific jobs. Pay for knowledge and skill-based pay. Pay for knowledge involves compensating employees for learning specific information. I couldn't think of an example of this one. And next is the skill-based employee. Pay for knowledge involves compensating employees for learning specific information. Sometimes you are being paid for learning something, and in the end, you will be used because you know that something. Next is skill-based pay. It rewards employees for acquiring new skills. Wage and salary administration in the ongoing process of managing a wage and salary structure. All managers must be sensitive to these costs and must be vigilant about managing them properly. You cannot just, okay, 20,000 ang sweldo mo, okay na yun. No. Actually, the school will check what's the normal rate, what's the market rate of the job, and then we'll check if we could provide more or less than, or we could be competitive in terms of salary. Pay secrecy refers to the extent to which the compensation of any individual in an organization is secret, or the extent to which it is formally made available to the others. So may mga ganun pala, no? In other organizations, there are pay secrecy. Pay compression and pay inversion. Pay compression occurs when individuals with substantially different levels of experience and or performance abilities are being paid wages or salaries that are relatively equal. Pay inversions occurs when the external market changes so rapidly that the new employee are actually paid more than the experienced employees. This pay compressions and pay inversion, it doesn't really apply to the usual norm here in our place, since we are a very small community. We always often that the more experienced employees are paid more, and pay compressions also applies to the institutions as such as private schools, kasi yung old employees nila and new employees the same lang, relatively paid equal. What is mandated benefits? Mandated benefits. When we say mandated benefits, it is something that is the government is obliging the organization. Unemployment insurance is a mandated protection plan that provides a basic substance payment to employees who are between jobs. Social Security provides limited income to retired individual. When you apply to a job, these are your requirements. They require you for pag-ibig, SSS, PhilHealth, something like that. Workers' compensation is insurance that covers individuals who suffer a job-related illness or accident. Next is the non-mandated benefits. When you say non-mandated benefits, there are private pension plans are administered by the organization and provide income to the employees at their retirement. GSIS. So these are defined benefit plans, a private pension plan where the benefit is precisely known based on a simple formula, such as years of service. Defined benefit plans. In your higher accounting, you will discuss this further. And the defined benefit plans from the word defined benefit. The end term or the benefit is already and precisely known based on a certain computation, while the defined contribution plans, a private pension plan in which the size of the benefit depends on how much money is contributed to the plan. The difference of both is the defined benefit plans secures the benefit. Kumbaga, alam mo na kung anong benefit mo. On the defined contributions, your benefit will depend on your contributions. The burden falls on your contributions, the defined contribution plans. Additional benefits. Wellness program concentrate on keeping employees from becoming sick rather than simply paying expenses when they do become ill. Wellness programs is for me, it is an inherent requirement in every organization. In the new norm, or like the new companies being held upon or being formed, like the Google company, the other companies like newly formed, especially Western, they are more inclined to wellness program. They want to have a very light environment, very hip, a very trendy environment. Do whatever you want. Your time, your management, do what you want. It's when you get sick, you can do whatever you want. Child care programs assist parents with child care expenses. Child care programs such as, for example, our teachers. If she had a kid in our school, they have they could actually put their kids on maybe the kindergarten if they want it to be taken care of for a while they teach, something like that. Cafeteria style benefits allow employees to choose the benefits they really want. From the word cafeteria style benefits, in cafeteria you can actually choose what you want, and in this style of a benefit you can the decision goes to the employees. Executive compensation. This from the word executive. These are the senior executives who receives base salary and incentives such as bonus based on the company's performance. Legal issues in compensation. The Fair Labor Standards Act includes provisions for the minimum wage, overtime, and child labor. HR managers must adhere to overtime laws. When you offer a job to your employees or when you are working, know your rights always. If your job tells you that your job is 7 to 4, exceeding to that time frame means you hit overtime. You're entitled to overtime. As long as you follow the principles and policies regarding the overtimes of the institution, because some organizations actually allows overtime only on Saturdays or Friday in the evening, such that depends on the policy of the company or the organization. But make sure that you know your rights, labor rights. So that's our benefits and compensation. We move on to the next topic,